to fight on the beaches.
I have a dream.
I'm singing in the rain.
Isn't it delicious?
Hello and welcome to Time Zone, the show that says don't just dream about time travel, live it. This week we will be focusing on the wondrous Andy Warhol and his artwork.
But before that, it's time for us to visit a much simpler era when One Direction was still popular. I know, unbelievable. And the leader was still human. I'm, of course, talking about the year 2013, where we review the latest work from Cleo Bernard and her film, The Selfish Giant.
Wow, wasn't expecting that. Guess people weren't censored in 2013. And what about the quality of the video?
Well, I, for one, love the work of the late Cleo Bernard. Staying with 2013, we'll soon be graced by the presence of an undiscovered star, straight from Ravensbourne, a design college in South London. Little does she know, she would one day be a leader in her field.
It's now time to welcome Louise Everett.
Hi Louise,
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm just going to ask you a few questions about your artistic style. And first of all, just tell me a little bit about the style of your work.
Well, the style of my work is quite abstract, fine art, like it depends and varies on my mood. So if I'm feeling a very down mood, it'll be very fine artish. If abstract, something will inspire me.
Brilliant. And what kind of drew you to this kind of work, the style of your artistic flair? And
It would be Andy Warhol's Marilyn Monroe. His work is very bold, bright colours, in your face, vivid. It just makes me passionate about drawing.
Brilliant. And would you say that Andy Warhol is your main inspiration?
Andy Warhol is definitely my main inspiration. His work is so vivid, abstract, bold, out there. There needs to be more work like that.
Just like you.
Yeah.
And drawing from the past, who would you like to be as big as?
I think I'd want to be as big as Andy Warhol. I want my work to be like his or Vincent van Gogh, because both of their work is very bright, vibrant, it's very passionate. You can see the emotion behind it.
Brilliant.
Wow, well thank you very much for coming in today, Louise, and good luck with everything in the future.
Thank you.
Louise's work is available in any mind map store on your brain phone. Simply think of the work you want and purchase for only £336.40.
Don't forget the pence. Andy Warhol has been an influence to millions around the world. We are going to stay in the year 2013 to watch some interviews of students of the time to see the influence he had on their work.
Some really interesting stuff. More interviews from 2013 are available for only £665.90.
Bargain. It's now time for a short break. Coming up next, we are heading even further back to get up close and personal with two people you may recognise. They are known as the icons who put the Andy in Andy Warhol. Don't move a muscle.
Welcome back to Time Zone. We've had some chirps in during the break regarding the great late Louise Everett. Jamie from Sector 6 has been chirping about how much of an influence Louise was to him and his work. Tim from Sector 44 has been chirping about how many memories came back to him when he hears her voice again.
We'll keep those chirps coming in. We'll read out as many as possible.
Here we are then, the 1960s. Just some background information for those of you who are not familiar with his work. Mr. Warhol is best known for founding the pop art movement in American popular culture. He developed the technique of projecting photographic images onto a silk screen. This quick process allowed him to repeat these images very efficiently.
Not only has he been a household name for centuries, he has worked with some of the most iconic figures the world has ever seen. I am now very excited to welcome not only an influence, but a dear friend of Mr. Warhol's. She featured in one of his most famous pieces of work, Marilyn Monroe.
Elvis, is it true that you've never had a single singing lesson or a music lesson in your whole entire life?
That's true. Never had a single singing lesson in my life. I started performing from a very young age, so I've just had to teach myself as my career's progressed.
It's just a jump to the left. With your hands on your hips.